What are these wooden half-circle clamps? I found them on my friend's burn pile, probably tossed in by his father-in-law, who repairs pianos, so maybe piano-related. I think they are made of oak, and the threads are also wood, but they are of different sizes. The part closest to the handle is not threaded and floats freely. I would be interested to know its use and how old it might be. These are 1920s violin maker's clamps, used to hold the top and bottom to the sides of a violin securely in place while the glue dries during construction or repair. They were essential in the 18th to early 20th centuries, when violins were handcrafted with animal hide glue that needed steady pressure while setting. What is this? It's like clothespin size, and the screw can be pulled back and then springs back to place. The red part is soft felt. If anyone recognizes it, I would like to know. It's a piano damper lever, a mechanical part of a piano's action system that helps lift or lower the dampers, the felt-covered pieces that stop the strings from vibrating when a key or the sustain pedal is pressed. The damper lever's main job is to transfer motion from the keys or the pedal to the dampers, which control whether the strings are muted or allowed to ring. Please identify this mystery heirloom piece. My cousin has had this for decades, and we have no idea what it is. It's hard to tell, but the slots are diagonal, so the ones on the left are shorter depth than the ones on the right. Everyone's saying it's a mail sorter, but it doesn't explain the depth discrepancy. What is this? It's a reglet cabinet. Reglets are thin strips of wood or metal used by printers to create spacing between lines or blocks of type in a letterpress printing form. They were an essential tool in hand typesetting and printing press work from the 15th century through the mid-20th century. These were traditionally made of seasoned hardwood, often maple, cherry, or boxwood, because it was light and stable. What is this tool I found on my grandparents' farm? The scale in volts seems to go from 0 that says bad, to yellow that says weak, to green that says good. I think it is some sort of voltmeter, but for what purpose? Does anyone here have any idea? It's a mid-century battery cell tester, a vintage electrical instrument used to check the condition, charge level, or voltage of individual battery cells, especially common for lead-acid, dry cell, and early automotive batteries of that era. Individual cells were measured, so the scale is only up to 3 volts. What are these short tunnels on this Norway road that seem to have no purpose? Does anyone know what this would have been originally used for? It's an avalanche protection tunnel. In areas prone to snow and landslides, roads are often protected by tunnels, and traffic is normally diverted in the other direction. When driving into such a tunnel, low speed is a must. What is this hollowed-out thing, found on the beaches of northeast Florida, somewhat close to the Mayport Naval Base? About 1 pound and made of metal, it looks like brass, with a small hole right on top. Any insight is appreciated. It's the head of a World War II Mark IV aircraft floatlight that had a wooden cylindrical body, and they were supposed to float. It was a smoke-producing flare designed to be dropped by an aircraft over open water to mark the position of a downed aircraft or crew at sea, especially during night rescues. This type would have been used from the late 1930s through World War II. The signal would be released by hand, and upon impact with the water, the paraffined paper sealing disc would break, and the water drives the firing pin into the primer, which in turn ignites the time fuse. The lug on the side of the nose was to ensure that the signal would turn and not strike the bottom in shallow water. This signal had a burning time of 3 to 3.5 minutes, and the effective release altitude was under 500 feet. What is this strange handheld needle-like piston my child brought home from a thrift store? About 20 inches long, and the hose is about 1/8 of an inch in diameter. When the plunger is pressed, a little needle thing comes out the other end. What is this, and what can it be used for? It's a camera shutter release cable, a remote shutter release for an SLR camera. Attach it to the trigger on the camera, then push to take the photo. This was how you took a selfie back in the day, or long exposures where you didn't want the camera to shake from your hand while pressing the button. What are these scissors or forceps things I found at a thrift store? They are heavy and sturdy, about 9 to 10 inches long, with grippy grooves on the pincers. What is it for? They are antique fire tongs or coal tongs. Here's a Victorian one, listed for $225. These are for moving hot coals or logs, etc. in a fireplace, furnace, or stovetop. They are also excellent for kindling and smaller logs, roasting chestnuts, and other fireside tasks. What is this desk for? We found this desk at the thrift store, and we have no idea what the drop-down cubby thing could be for. Any light any of you can shed on this would be greatly appreciated. It's a 1930s typewriter desk. The mounting holes were used to bolt down a large typewriter. When you need your typewriter, you lifted the cover and it rose to the correct position for you to use. The typewriter shelf was spring-loaded and slid out and then popped up. The old typewriters used to be incredibly heavy and large. Having a desk that could lift it into position without you hurting your back was a great invention. What is the fourth tool of this old multifunctional kitchen tool? The first is a garlic crusher, the second is a walnut crusher, and the third is an olive's core remover. But what is the fourth one? Someone said it's a tool to start peeling an orange or other thick-skinned fruit, but it's definitely not sharp enough to do that. Any idea what it is for? It's a fish scaler. It looks like this modern multi-tool. Your gadget looks like a sturdier version of this. And the one opposite the fish scaler is an old-style bottle opener. What is this some sort of kitchen implement found in an antique shop? It's not sharp, and there wasn't any discernible writing on it. It also is designed to spring outwards, similar to a pair of tongs or tweezers. Some speculations are a ribbon curler, or some sort of medical instrument, or cheese triers used to sample cheese. If anyone knows what it's been used for or has any other information on it, I'm super curious. Please let us know down in the comments. Thanks for watching. Let's make life fun.